I'm a very loving person, and when I see hate coming toward me and my family, man, it hurts and it hardens you. Man, I'll never forget the excitement my family and I felt when we rode a train from Portugal to Madrid, Spain. And we got off the train, man, and we called our Uber, our taxi, rode to our Airbnb, and settled in. And we're just so excited, man, to go explore Madrid as a family. And so we dropped our stuff off, went outside, and just started walking the streets of Madrid. And while we're walking, we're smiling, enjoying ourselves. And we kept seeing this look of hate and disdain on the faces of local Spanish people. People just standing there staring at us, not with smiles, not with curiosity, but with disdain, with hatred. Even my daughter was like, and I try not to point these things out, but I'm observing and I'm like, you guys good? My daughter's even asking, like, Dad, why do they look at us like that? My children are looking at it, asking me, like, man, do you see the way they're looking at us? All over Madrid, man, like, we just felt like we weren't welcome, that people were mad that we were even there. There was this just negativity everywhere we went throughout Madrid. We just said, you know what? Madrid is not for us. And yet we powered through and we made the most of our time there. We rented our scooters and we rode through the parks and we went to the restaurants. And wherever you eat, you usually get the purchase smile. You get the people who will treat you kind because they work there and they want a nice tip and it's their job and it's their business. But outside of that, when we're just walking throughout the streets of Madrid, quite often, man, like not only do people, like in New York, you can walk throughout New York and people just ignore you. They don't even care that you're there. And occasionally you might get someone looking at you, but they don't care. In Madrid, there are people minding their own business, but we noticed a lot more people who were trying to mind our business. They're just looking at us to see what we're doing. My children and I are playing catch with the football, or we're just sitting and talking and laughing, and we'll even say hello to people, and they wouldn't respond. Well, hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. Practicing our Spanish, nothing. Hatred. Why are you? And so you that slowly hardens you, and you start saying, man, what is it? Like, we're being kind, we're being respectful. And mind you, I love culture and I love learning about culture. I have my itinerary of places that we want to visit with little information about the backstory of that place so I can explain it to my family and my children so we can immerse ourselves in the local culture. That's just our MO. That's one of the reasons we prefer staying at Airbnbs. We want to be with the locals. We want to get a feel for the local flavor. We want to taste the local foods. We want to interact with people who are local. And we'll even hire a guide sometimes for the first day to just give us an orientation of the city and introduce us to new spots that we wouldn't find on our own, to give us insights about like particularities we need to be mindful of when walking through that city, neighborhoods to avoid, things like that. But in Madrid, man, like with the exception of a few people, there's this one guy who's the owner of a restaurant. I think he calls himself the Pope. He was phenomenal. He was like the last person we interacted with before we got on the train to go to Barcelona, and he was phenomenal. If I can find his information, I'm going to link it so you can go and just support him. This dude was so kind, so friendly, so hospitable, so welcoming, and we were like, man, we wish we met more people like him in Madrid, because it just hurt. It hurts. Like anti-black racism hurts. Like I have tough skin, but like you go out into the world open and excited, and I'm a very friendly person. I'm an extrovert. But when you open yourself up to so many people, you also are susceptible to being hurt. And there could be no great hurt if there's not first a great love. And so I'm a very loving person, And when I see hate coming toward me and my family, man, it hurts and it hardens you. It hardens you and it makes you put your wall up. It makes you put your guard up. But I'm old enough and wise enough to know that I'm not going to let anyone steal my joy, and I'm not going to let my circumstances determine my internal state. So I'm going to protect my peace and protect my joy. But I'd be lying if I didn't say it doesn't affect you. The microaggressions add up. It's not just one thing. It's like the 100th dirty look. It's like the 500th like look of hatred on a person's, on a group of people's face. It's the you can't come in here. It's we don't have any availability, even though the restaurant's entirely empty. It's we don't take reservations, or it's just finding ways, even non-verbally, to say you're not welcome here. We don't want you here. We don't want to serve you. Your money's not good here, and that's happened to us. That happened to us all in Madrid. And so I share this with my beautiful people to let you know that this is just my experience. Other black folks have had good experiences in Madrid, and that's wonderful. But I'm not going to deny what I experienced and my wife and my kids all experienced in Madrid. And if you want to see some of that footage, just go to Scott Family Travels and look at like our Madrid videos, and you'll see us talking about it. You'll see us processing in real time the interactions that we're having with people in Madrid. Barcelona was much better for us, and it's much more diverse, I think, even though I think there's a movement right now to get rid of foreigners because it's overcrowded and Airbnb has raised prices and made things unaffordable for locals. Legitimate concern. But we enjoyed Barcelona much more than Madrid. I don't think I'll ever go back to Madrid. If I'm you, you can go look at it, look at some of the sites if you want to just see Madrid. But I'm never going back to Madrid unless I absolutely have to get to Barcelona. But to me, I would rather go to another country than go to a place like that where I just didn't feel welcomed at all. Okay, so my friends, my family, keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about traveling to Madrid. I'm your friend, Dr. Manny Scott. I'll check in with you later.